Hello Taurus, welcome to your reading for January and Happy New Year. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Please make sure you check all your placements to get a clear picture of what's going on for you at this time. As always, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate for all of you. Please take the bits that do resonate and leave the rest behind for somebody else. I'm primarily a love reader. That's what I'm going to focus on. If anything else pops up, I will address it, of course. Now, I'm going to be freestyling your tarot spread, starting off with some oracle cards, which are impossible to shuffle. Towards the end of the reading, I will roll some dice to get initials and sun signs and angel numbers for you. So make sure you stick around for that. And two disclaimers. It is so dark and foggy and cold outside. There's absolutely no sun. So if the video is darker than usual, I apologize. And I also apologize for my voice. I have been nursing a cold for a week now. All right, we have iron. Who else got this? I think it was Pisces, if I'm not wrong. So if you have Pisces placements, I would go watch that reading. And we have Uranus. Very interesting. Oh, that's quite explosive, actually. Now, when we think about iron, this is Mars. Right, Mars, Aries energy. There is this sense of determination when it comes to iron. There is this sense of integration also when it comes to iron, because iron flows within our bloodstreams, right? Iron is also at the center of the earth. So I feel that there's a strength that is coming your way. A strength that you may have been missing in the last few months. I feel with iron, there's this energy of assertion, right? And I feel like it's going to come on very suddenly with Uranus. Uranus is the planet of rebellion, of course. It is the planet of revolution, but it's also the planet of surprises. Uranus energy is very quick. It's like a lightning bolt, right? It comes out of nowhere. I'm not sure what's bringing this on. I will have to study your tarot and correlate these cards, but there's almost this sudden surge of energy. It's like you've been a couch potato for years, right? And one day you go to the gym and you can lift the heaviest weight there. That's what I'm getting here. And of course, that strength could be mental as well, mental and emotional as well as physical. But Uranus energy, this is, well, the Fool, right? This is taking a leap of faith and doing something impulsive, doing something completely out of the ordinary for you. Taurus, interestingly, Uranus is going to move direct in your sign. It has been retrograding in your sign for a very long time, and it's going to go direct on the 27th of January. So, we will see. This could also be talking about sudden inspiration or like a sudden stroke of genius, right? Because iron, being Mars-like, can be very, how should I put it, industrious, right? Industrious and creative. So maybe you're creating something brand new. Maybe you suddenly have the vigor and the energy to create something brand new for yourself. This could naturally, of course, be related to a relationship as well. It's possible that there's sudden passion even. Iron, being Mars-like, can talk about passion. So, very interesting and very energetic start. I'm going to be using the Tarot of the Light and the Shadow for your reading today, starting off with the Shadow cards to see what it is that we can leave behind in 2023, and the Light deck to see what we can embrace. We have the Six of Pentacles. It's very interesting that out of all signs, you're the one who got Uranus because, well, it's in your sign right now. It's in Taurus. Six of Pentacles with the World. There's unfinished business here. The Six of Pentacles in the light can talk about generosity of spirit and equal give and take, but in the shadow, it's anything but. It is scales that have remained unbalanced. And the World card usually talks about graduation. It talks about completing something, right? It's the last card in the major arcana. But in the shadow, something is unfinished here, because it's almost like the universe wants the scales to be balanced before it can help you put an end to a particular chapter. The Tower, you see, exactly. Usually in the light, the Tower is being struck by that bolt of lightning that we see on the Uranus card. It's shocking. It's something that destroys the foundation that you're building on. But here in the shadow, the Tower is upright. So, I just got something. It's almost like you've been complacent regarding a very uncomfortable situation in your life here, Taurus, for a very long time. And you've been turning a blind eye to situations that have not been fair to you. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of action right here in the light column. Because now you have the strength to overturn whatever this is. Yeah, Eight of Swords, naturally. You've been stuck in your head. It's like you've just been doing something over and over again because it's expected of you. The Six of Swords, almost moving on and then stopping yourself. Almost moving on and then stopping yourself. Oh, I'm out the door. Oh, I'm back in. Taurus has left the building. Oh, Taurus is back in the building. You know what I mean? It's like the minute you try to get away from whatever this was, something was pulling you back in. Maybe it was lack of willpower. That happens, right? When love is concerned, sometimes strength goes out the door. The Ace of Wands. Gonna get one more here. And the Three of Wands. Empty promises. I'm getting empty promises. I feel like the minute you tried to escape whatever this was, someone would lure you back in with empty promises. That, oh, things are going to get better. Oh, we're going to have a fresh start. Oh, look to the horizon. There's so much potential in this relationship. But I feel like it was just potential. The Five of Wands at the bottom of the deck. It's like you were at war with yourself. You being such a practical sign, Taurus, I feel like this was not sitting well with you by any means. But because love was concerned, I feel like you betrayed yourself just a little bit. We're not going to spend too much time here. I'm going to get the light out and see how things are changing. Lovers at the bottom of the deck randomly. Would you believe it? Would you believe it? Same exact position. I told you the universe wants to balance whatever was unbalanced. And then give you a chance to decide if you want to stay or you want to go. I can't even. I mean, this reading is insane, Taurus. Let you decide if you want to stay or you want to go. The Eight of Cups is a card of going, of leaving an emotionally draining situation behind, in search for your Nine of Cups, in search for a wish fulfilled. Some of you are exiting a situation because you've had enough. This is not going to resonate for everybody, but I feel like there's a resolve now. Putting yourself first. The King of Wands. Putting yourself first, having a sense of direction. Regardless of gender, the King of Wands can be very inspired as a person. I'm going to get one more with the Hermit. Contrasting energies, but I actually like them together. Excuse me. Nine of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I feel like a lot of you may have lost that vigor, that energy, that passion, that drive that you're all born with. because someone was putting a damper on it. You're not considered to be a highly reactive sign, Taurus, but you are the earth energy. You are Gaia, right? That strength of spirit, of body, of mind, you carry it within you at all times. I feel like you weren't being able to tap into that. Now, with the King of Wands and the Hermit, it's almost like you're telling yourself that I want to be on my merry way. Whether I'm alone or I'm lonely, it doesn't matter. Anything is better than here. There's a lot of courage that I'm seeing here. And for a lot of you, this has been a very difficult situation to leave behind. The Six of Wands, wanting to be celebrated, wanting to be seen. I feel like a lot of you were, I'm not going to say ignored, it sounds really simplistic, but a lot of you were not celebrated for who you actually are, for who you truly are. And a lot of you were taken for granted. I'm going to get a crossing card between these two. The Eight of Swords again. You see, I wasn't supposed to pull another card here, but it's almost like a mirror. It's a mirroring energy. You know what, Taurus? I don't think this is you. Oh, wow. This is so perfect. The Nine of Pentacles. I don't think this is you having this panic attack. The Nine of Pentacles, in the light particularly, is a beautiful card of independence. I did say you may be alone or lonely, but it doesn't matter to you. I don't think you're lonely. You may be alone, you may be isolating yourself, but you're definitely not lonely. In the Nine of Pentacles, this is autonomy. This is independence. This is loving your own company because you've worked your ass off to get to where you are, right? This Eight of Swords now, I feel like, is whoever you left behind or are in the process of leaving behind, Taurus. Because that's what happens, right? We don't appreciate what we have until it's gone. And I feel like while Taurus was threatening to leave the building multiple times in the past, Taurus truly left the building this time. And that's what is putting this person in their head. Because you finally picked up the courage to walk away. And there's almost this sense of, how is Taurus doing better without me? It's highly narcissistic. The Two of Cups. With the Six of Swords. Wow. Okay. This person is not letting you go anywhere. At least energetically. The Two of Cups is a beautiful connection. And the Six of Swords, if you're familiar with the original Rider-Waite, shows two figures being guided by a boatsman. So that's three people within a boat. Two people who are being helped by one person. I feel like wherever you're planning to go, this person's already bought a ticket next to you. I don't think they're going to let you go easily. I mean, you can't make this up. I literally wasn't going to look at the bottom of the deck, but I did. The Ace of Cups. While earlier, we had the Ace of Wands in shadow. The Ace of Wands can just be passion, right? But the Ace of Cups is love. It's proper love that's being offered. This is a very typical reading of you walking away and someone turning around and wanting a do-over. It's a very typical reading. But again, it's on the table. I can't ignore it. They are not letting you run away. I don't know what you're going to do with that. You being fixed earth, it's not easy to change your mind, Taurus. My best friend's a Taurus, trust me, I've tried. Once she fixes her sights on something, no one can sway her the other way. I feel like you really fixed your sights on something, which is closure. The Page of Wands. Bottom of the deck, the Ace of Wands. With the Eight of Wands, the Page of Cups, the Devil, the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups. I'm going to do something a little unusual. I'm going to take the Devil out and I'm going to clarify it because that's the only card in here that doesn't make any sense. All the other cards talk about apologies and happily ever afters and passion and love and stability. But why is the devil here? The Ace of Cups again. This reading is a bloody paradox. I'm getting that whoever it is that you're dealing with, they're not a bad person. Okay? But there's a lot of trauma there. It could be abandonment wounds from childhood, right? It could be anything. It could be absolutely anything. It could be a fear of being alone. It could just be that their capacity to love is very small. A lot of people are born with a 1 liter capacity to love, for example. And that's the amount of love they can give. And other people are born with 300 milliliters. That's all they are capable of giving. So it seems like a lot less to the person who has that 1 liter capacity, but it's literally all they have. I feel whoever this person is, while they may have taken you for granted in the past, while they may have been irresponsible in the past, Ace of Wands is back after all that shuffling. It's not because they were trying to fool you or they were trying to take you for granted or anything like that. They just didn't have the capacity to do more. But now that the Six of Pentacles is in the light, you see it was in the shadow earlier. That's why there was that disbalance of the 1 liter and 300 ml, right? Now there's a true balance. Their emotional quotient is rising. And with the Page of Wands and the Devil with the Ace of Cups, pages can be messengers, of course, but pages can also be students. They're very happy learners, right? So I feel that this person is willing to step out of the shadow and into the light. The Devil in the light deck, I'm forced to look at the positives of this deck because I was forced to look at the negatives in this one. There's no neutrality in the cards here. I'm forced to look at the positive of the Devil. And the positive of the Devil is consistency, because the Devil is Saturnian energy. It's Capricorn, right? Doesn't mean you're dealing with a Capricorn, but it is a very steady and stable energy. So while there may have been touches of codependency and narcissism in the past, I feel like this person is trying very hard to overturn those negative aspects, those negative qualities into good ones, so they can, well, be worthy of you. But I see this as an outburst, Taurus. And considering you had Jupiter retrograding in your sign as well, it's going to go out of retrograde on the 2nd of January, and Uranus retrograding there, I feel like a lot of you had a lot of pent-up emotion, a lot of pent-up anger. So if this meltdown hasn't happened yet, my advice as a random person on YouTube is cool your temper. I know a lot of you have had enough and you're exhausted, but this is not a bad person that we're dealing with. It is just someone who is slightly misguided. The intentions there are beautiful. They're very pure. There's a lot of passion, a lot of love here. But Uranus can be, it can be like fuel to the fire, you know. It's an instigator. It eggs you on. It's revolution. But seeing how stable and collected you are as an archetype, I would request you to stay in that zone. Use this iron will towards something else, towards health, towards education, towards exercise, whatever. Channel it. Don't ignore the iron, because if you do, it's going to turn into that lightning bolt where you'll strike out, right? Use this energy constructively and you'll thank yourself. Very interesting reading. All right, let's see what your dice has to say, Taurus. I always mess this one up. I think this is Neptune. Oh, no, pardon me. This is Uranus. Would you look at that? I'm not making it up. And I've spoken at length about Uranus twice, so I'm not going to say anything else. Just be careful. But once Uranus goes direct on the 27th of January, I feel like you're going to feel a whole lot of relief. Then we have the number 6. If you've been seeing 666 a lot, it talks about reflection. and it being a time to wake up to your higher spiritual potential. Maybe that's why iron is here. It's asking you to put that will towards waking your higher self up, right? And if you think about house number 6, it's ruled by Virgo. And I was talking about your routine, your exercise routine, your health routine, right? Maybe get your regular checkups and have a routine in place, have a to-do list in place. I feel like that's going to help you channel that energy constructively. And then we have Capricorn. I did speak about Capricorn as well with the Devil card. You could have Capricorn heavily in your chart. You could be dealing with somebody who doesn't have to be, but we are in Capricorn season. And a couple of dates I should mention. We have Mars moving into Capricorn, which is interesting, right? The 4th of January is when this is happening, till the 13th of February. So during this time, I did say iron is Mars, right? During this time, just make sure you're keeping your temper down. Then we have a new moon in Capricorn on the 11th of January. We have Mercury moving into Capricorn on the 13th. And we have Venus moving into Capricorn on the 23rd. So these dates could hold significant value. Keep them in mind. All right. Let's get you some initials to close this off. We have the letters B, S, B again, M, N, P, and X. These could be your initials, they could be the initials of someone you're dealing with. Doesn't have to be, just a special mention for those of you who've seen your initials here today. Alright Taurus, that was it. I hope this helped. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.